Okay, so fifth one, quarry. The fourth one, we need to beat the game. Get to the ship by boat. I thought I could get there on foot too. Well, we're at the quarry, so I know there's a way to get on a boat from there, so. I hope I don't have to take the slowest elevator in the world. Nope. I could. I'm not going to, though. You got something. Oh, that's a pigeon. You got a pigeon on your hand, dude. Remember when we did these and everything was hunky-dory? Is that boat gonna materialize out of the water? That's freaking cool. Shipwreck is... You cannot get to the shipwreck on boat because there's nowhere to stop. But this brings me pretty close to it. Though I'm not too far from it. I think I'm gonna go try to get there on foot. Nope. There's a way up. Yeah, there it is. Wait, it's that timed gate, isn't it? Isn't it? Let me get through. Yes. So the ship should be somewhere over there. Is that a couch? Awesome. Yep, somebody just left the perfectly good couch here. Oh, come on. Don't be such a bleep. This is why I really don't look forward to getting all of those. Stupid couch and stupid... Push the couch. Nope. Ah, fudge it. We're not here for that. We need to find... Can I? Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask. Can I? Nope. I cannot stand on the couch because this guy can't even move his leg up high enough. You think this would have been good enough? No. So we're here to look for a puzzle. And I think I've rummaged around here before. Apparently not well enough. Guy might be crippled, but he's definitely not afraid of getting tetanus. I guess he got a shot. Can I go down? Nope. In here. Yeah. Also spoopy music, or was that not in the game? Not going up. Oh, I guess I will go up. Da-dum. Da-dum. I just got a game over screen. I have to start all over. Look, ooh, these usually are weird too.
A ship owner was about to send to sea an emigrant ship. He knew that she was old and not well built at the first, that she had seen many seas and climes, and often had needed repairs. Doubts had been suggested to him that possibly she was not seaworthy. These doubts preyed upon his mind and made him unhappy. He thought that perhaps he ought to have her thoroughly overhauled and refitted, even though this should put him at great expense. Before the ship sailed, however, he succeeded in overcoming these melancholy reflections. He said to himself that she had gone safely through so many voyages and weathered so many storms that it was idle to suppose she would not come safely home from this trip also.
Famous last words.
He would put his trust in Providence, which could hardly fail to protect all these unhappy families that were leaving their fatherland to seek for better times elsewhere. He would dismiss from his mind all ungenerous suspicions about the honesty of builders and contractors. In such ways, he acquired a sincere and comfortable conviction that his vessel was thoroughly safe and seaworthy. He watched her departure with a light heart and benevolent wishes for the success of the exiles in their strange new home that was to be. And he got his insurance money when she went down in mid-ocean and told no tales. What shall we say of him? Surely this, that he was verily guilty of the death of those families. It is admitted that he did sincerely believe in the soundness of his ship, but the sincerity of his conviction can in no wise help him, because he had no right to believe on such evidence as was before him. He had acquired his belief not by honestly earning it in patient investigation, but by stifling his doubts. And although in the end he may have felt so sure about it that he could not think otherwise, yet inasmuch as he had knowingly and willingly worked himself into that frame of mind,
I know, right?
he must be held responsible for it. William K. Clifford, 1874.
Told you, famous last words. It'll be fine, sploosh. Wait, is this a double one again? Oh, God. I think each color... think it's low, high, mid. Low, high, mid. I think the different colors are different sounds. I don't I don't think that's possible. How on earth would you know where to begin? You know, this thing seems like legit complicated. I'm already 80% leaning towards fudge it and looking it up. I haven't done it so far, but invisible lines, sounds that we've already had issues with. Double things. I mean, you can, but how many hints can you give before it's like, well, I've basically given you the entire solution right by now? I mean, if it weren't for the fact that I had to do sound, I could probably suss it out, but combining sound, double things. Bottom. Bottom right. Who? You mean. Oh, okay, so this ends here. And no orange. Well, what's the order of. I just try to find a way where we get all the notes. So I think this snaps all the notes. That's not good enough. Ugh. Hooray for me, right? Okay, so this grabs purple, orange. Finish top left, the high black one. Oh yeah, the high black one is the small black one at the bottom. Makes total sense at this point, right? Okay, so we got low purple, low orange, low orange, all the way to the end, right bottom. Did I screw up again? Humbug. It's not a matter of just getting all the colors we need. So this way I should have them all. It's still wrong. It's not a matter of grabbing them all, you need to grab them in the correct order. Ugh. Okay. Low purple, mid orange. Yeah, I know that. This is low orange. Purple. Orange. Black. Black. Finish. But this is wrong. So they need to be grabbed in a specific order. And that's where my problem lies. If I know the order in which to grab them, this would be a lot more helpful. Yeah, I think I'm just ready to toss the towel. Mostly because we're like on the verge of something big. That we're nearing the end. I kind of want to get to that. Let me just see. What the frack? The hell? Apparently, this. What in the world? Okay, I'm not even remotely sorry for having looked that up. Because that was insane. Alright, let me just save the screenshot. I'm not. There's always that one puzzle that just makes you go like, what the frick are we doing here? And I don't mind skipping that much headache, solving a few of what I believe to be the worst mechanics. Same here, so... Okay, so the last note we can't get until we've beaten the game. So let's go, quote-unquote, beat the game. Also, I've noticed that there were a bunch of more mics up there, so we're probably not going to be done with this episode. Let's get off this infested tetanus ship. Fastest way through the mountain would at this point probably be the swamp area. Nope. Nope. Because I get lost in the swamps. And the world's slowest bridges are out there. Yes, it starts with a whole bunch of anti-crew weaponry. Like that's never been done before. Just mirror, does this look like a path to you as well I can take at some point? I think it does exist a rusted ship. I need to get rid of my screen cap thingy, otherwise I can't see my timer. And it's... There we go. The Senior NG. I think the rusted ship I'm talking about starts with Ghost Crew. And no oxygen. Has one of those... Has the broken glaive beam, which somehow turns into a projectile weapon. It was cool looking though. No. Think of... I don't need to be here, do I? I needed to be up. Yeah, it was something. At this point I've played so many mods that it gets hard to remember what I've done. It's also a fun fact that there are currently still more FTL mods being made than Into the Breach mods. A bit of a shame if you ask me, but... Well... Yeah. If I recall correctly, Subset did try to not break mods all too much, and they did a decent enough job of it, I think. Alright, time to get philosophical and stuff.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean, and look up at that great subcontinent of India, pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix, and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mideast, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. what's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully, that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
Do you bore everyone to death with that? Okay, seriously though? I guess that's inspiring and stuff. She went on for like 5 minutes or something. Jeez Louise. There's so much I wanted to say about that, but I thought it'd be rude to interrupt. Like the whole bit about, ooh, when you're out doing your EVA, everything you care about, you can see that little black spot. Well, that little blue ball there. Honestly, if you're doing an EVA, that little blue ball over there is probably the least of your worries. Not gonna lie. I'd probably care about if you have enough air and stuff. Anyway, she finally stopped talking. So what's going on? Are you trying to steal a laser gun or something? Okay, so we got two things. We can either turn this thing on, or we can do the wiggly line. What do you think? Wiggly line or not wiggly line? I'm kind of going towards not wiggly line for some. Well, I'm going for wiggly line for some reason, because this seems like it would. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so straight line or squiggly line? I'm currently going for squiggly line, which might ruin everything. Don't do which one. Do we do not squiggly line, or what do we need to do to get the note? Do we do straight line or squiggly line? Wait, this is just the same thing. I mean, this is the river, right? Or whatever that's meant to be. Okay, so this doesn't do jack. So let's get it hit in the face by a laser beam. That sounds wonderful. Oh look, it's more puzzles. And I need to solve this thing for 3 or 4 times? Well, squiggly line currently stands as done. Okay, so there's a little bit of a problem. Can I? No, so I need to do this in one fell swoop. What the? Can this even be done? Hey, hey. Be this guy's his foot on it. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist, right? That's how it works. That's the story I'm sticking to, dang it. Nope. There's probably one stupid orientation where you can actually solve this. And it sure as hell ain't this one. Or is it? Nope. I mean, this is kind of close, but kind of doesn't cut it. Standing further back isn't any helpful either. This is promising. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think I may have found it. It's a bit late to give me the option to teleport. What if it's the same thing from the other side? Hello from the other side. Can I do the same thing? No, I cannot. The wire there prevents me from going through that ever. See, I like this because I can get rid of one black one. The problem is I can't quite get to the end. This shows potential. Not anymore. Great, so we can be stuck on this one now. There's 3 possible starts, there's 3 possible endings. We just need to find a way. Did we find it? No, because I can't get to an ending from here. The one on not greenhouse side. Which one's the greenhouse side? Oh, this is the greenhouse then, not greenhouse side. Right of statues. I don't know, I think I was... Why can't we just grab this guy's hammer, put it in this guy's face? we're so big of an idiot that we can't even jump properly. That's why. I know, right? Okay, so what's the orientation we're looking for here? I can never go through here. Backpfeifengesicht. Germans do have funny words for a whole variety of things. I do appreciate it. Is it just me or is this one longer for some reason? He looks so happy with his little box. This guy not so much. Anyway, we've been staring at this for like, I don't know, 10 minutes now. Not much in the way of improvement. At this point, we've also tried a myriad of solutions. All to no avail. Oh, it's the moment you pick one, you only get one possible ending. Could I just stand on top of this thing as I do this? That would be fun. Nope. I think we're getting somewhere. Come on. Doesn't split them. Okay. Can I by chance get a hint? Because I'm stuck. I don't mind admitting it. Seriously, is it even possible? Am I really meant to just smash these dudes? find a sledgehammer and use them to break the fudge. Yawn. Not do it in one go. Wait, are you telling me I can just do this and then leave it there? No. What should I not do in one go? Because I can't step away from this. Start to write a box, man. Because that's this dude. The one straight across from it.